I started keeping a win journal because I've noticed so many just, things throughout this program. So one of the most recent things I noticed that my hand pain that I've been dealing with for like 20 years is drastically diminished. I mean, I don't even think about it on a daily basis. I used to think about it on a daily basis, and I don't even notice it now.
Melissa, what's your diagnosis?
I have psoriasis and connective tissue disorder.
Okay. And what do you think and what week of the program are you in right now?
Week 6.
Okay. What do you think you've done just in the last couple of weeks that's caused hand pain of 30 years to be gone? Because I want to point out to everybody, this isn't random acts of medical miracles. There's a cause and there's an effect. The most important thing you guys can learn from this is what is the cause and what's the effect for you. So Melissa, what did you learn?
I think for me, a big one was food sensitivities. So I found out that I was genetically gluten intolerant, and eggs, and I've taken those out of my diet. That helped pretty significantly. I inadvertently had egg recently, and it came back, and that's when I actually realized that, oh my gosh, my hands haven't been hurting. So that was a big deal.
It was so interesting. That's what I actually learned with gluten, Melissa, was that I remember this is, I don't know, 10 years ago when I first went gluten-free. A lot of times people were like, I didn't notice the difference. I didn't know the difference, but I had gotten accidentally exposed to gluten 6 months after I went gluten-free. And suddenly the very next day, I had my first UTI, urinary tract infection, in 6 months. And previously I didn't realize until then, I was like, oh my God, I would have urinary tract infections 6 times a year. And I was like, it's been 6 months since I have had a urinary tract infection. That's when, I made the connection in my head. People
totally.
Like my gluten sensitivity showed up as recurrent urinary tract infections for me. That's how this cause and effect happened. So you got exposed to eggs and immediately the hand pain came back, right?
Yep.
And how long did it take to go away?
I had hand pain, and I had angular colitis show back up, and fatigue and brain fog. I mean, it was like the next day, and it was like really bad for about 3 days, and then about a week to kind of, feel better again.
And it was eggs for her. Do you guys see that? It was eggs. Who would have thought it was eggs? Did you ever in a million years prior to the program with all the elimination diets that you were on, imagine that it was the healthy eggs you were eating the whole time?
Never. Never.
Booyah. Okay. Congratulations.